Ah, I totally missed. Totally missed. Oh man, I need a binary trigger for this. That'd be a lot more fun. What's going on, guys? Got the Henry H001 Space Cowboy little project here that I got. This one has a Matthews Fabrication cheek rise on the back to get that perfect alignment for that scope right here that CVLIFE sent me to show you guys, to give you a little demonstration on it. So they wanted me to give it a little honest review on it, so I figured, hey, why not? Put a little scope on this little Space Cowboy gun right here, little project that I got going on. So I'll have a link down there in the description box down below to Amazon link on this one. I don't know the model number on it, so there you go. You just click the link, bring you right to it. I don't get any kickbacks from it. They just sent me this scope to do a little review on. So I figured I'd put it on my little Space Cowboy 22LR right here, and we're going to upgrade it onto my Ruger PC carbine, because my Ruger PC carbine killed a 22LR scope. So if it's weak, we're going to find out. It's supposed to be rated for 800 Gs. It's what this one can supposedly handle, according to my contact over there at CVLIFE. But I want to thank them for sending this out to just to give you guys a good look at it, allow me to make some more content for you. But let's go ahead and get started without further ado. Well, it stays on target for the most part. We're at 50 yards. Just using some cheap Plinken ammo. Alright, so what I can say so far on the illumination right here, it's not extremely bright, but you can definitely see it in the daylight. It isn't until about the level 6 that you can actually start making it out on a daylight lit target out there. So I got this on level 6, and I got no problem out there just plinking around, and I can raise this all the way up to 11, and it doesn't get extremely bright as opposed to some red dots that I've seen out there, but it's definitely workable in daylight, no problem. The laser is extremely bright. I really do enjoy this laser, but I'm really interested to see if it's going to hold zero, because it really only has that little tiny little set screw in there that holds this laser inside of here. What I found when I first got this, if I took the tail cap off here, the push button tail cap that holds the battery in, the entire laser was able to be just slid right out. So with that, I would assume to lose zero if I took this laser out and tried to just slap it back in. So it's held in, and I retightened that set screw down there. It's just a little Phillips screw head right there. Just kind of, it basically just protrudes into the laser body itself when it's inside of this little slot here. So I'm going to put this on my Ruger PC carbine, and I'm going to send about, I don't know, maybe 50 rounds through it or so, because, you know, because I got it like that, because it's 9mm, and I can spend it in 2021 or whenever it is that you're watching this. God, I hope if it's like 2022 or 2023, man, I really hope the ammo prices have come down. So feel free to hit that like button down there and help my channel out and support it right there if you feel the need to, because I'm sending some 9mm out here. I don't really have anything that this can mount to that has a lot of recoil. I don't think it'll survive a shotgun recoil. That's about 1,000 Gs, I believe. So we're just going to keep it pretty simple to like 9mm. But let's go ahead and do some more plinking with it. See if I can hip fire this thing. So what I'm noticing is I'm not using any kind of name brand battery. I'm using the battery they sent in here for this little laser green dot in here, but I'm noticing that it is definitely getting a little bit more dim. I got a target out there at 25 yards away from me, and I'm kind of losing it here in the daylight in the green grass, go figure. So I really have to find the shade and just kind of line it up out there. But as you can see, once I get it there, I can easily make it hit. Again, I'm out here at 25 yards. I can see this thing. I can see this thing at 100 yards, but I can definitely see the green target, or the green laser. So no problem. So far it's staying on target. I got about 50 rounds of 22 through here. If I had a bigger steel plate out there, I could probably get this. I could probably shoot this a lot faster. But trying to find that laser, I have to walk it basically in the grass and really kind of follow it all the way out there to the. This is so stupid. Look at this. Let's try this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Get in there. Hey! Okay. So the laser's fun, but again, I want to make sure it's going to stay, you know, lined up with the red dot inside there. And so far, when I sighted in the red dot, all there was after that was basically just bringing the laser in the scope and then lining it up with the red dot that's in the scope. Worked out really easily. All right, I got you pointed inside of the scope there, and not sure if you can make out the green dot, the green laser, I'm sorry, but we are going to raise the laser up, and there are no indicators as to which way you're going on this, so you really have to just watch the laser. And there you go, I can see it right there. And all I'm doing is, you can see there's no clicks. I'm just raising it up until it's lining up with the red dot in there. Now look, I'm only using up and down, but I want you to take note of what's going on here. This is how an Etch-a-Sketch movement works. If you've ever used an Etch-a-Sketch, all I'm doing is going up and down, but it's somehow making a left and a right in like almost like an oval pattern circle. But anyway, let's go ahead and I'll get it up there, and that looks about right. But this CV red dot on here, I mean, it's working pretty good. So, you know, I got about 50 rounds on it. Let's go ahead and upgrade it to the Ruger PC carbine and see if we can kill it with that at least. If it makes it through that, I mean, like I said, that Ruger PC carbine killed a Simmons 22LR scope. So let's see if it'll handle it. Wow, it just got amazingly still out here. I don't think he can smell me. The wind is, I'm pretty much downwind from him. Alright, I guess we should go ahead and sight this thing in, but before I do so, I am quite impressed with how tactile these adjustments on here are. If you take a listen, that's actually very nice. That's not bad. I've actually have used more expensive scopes and red dots that are just mushy and crap, and you can barely hear any click at all. Look at that. That's not bad at all. Just want to point that out. However, on the laser adjustment side, there is no click adjustment. There is nothing. You're basically just twisting that with an Allen wrench until it lines up with your red dot. So let's go ahead and get this thing at least somewhat sighted in here. I'm not going for perfection, but at least want to make sure nothing's going to walk around as we're shooting. Again, this is not a high recoiling gun, but this is the most recoiling gun that I have right now. So again, this did kill a 22LR scope. So all right down the middle, just high. Go ahead and bring that down then. Alright, since I don't have a lot of 9mm ammo, I'm not going to go through a lot of rounds here, but I'm just going to send all the rest of the 50 round box that I have, which is somewhere around 35, somewhere around 35-40. After I got this sighted in, I got a few rounds there. Let's just go ahead and shoot this little target. Take the safety off. Give you guys another view. I'll just leave you right here by this steel target. I'm gonna step away and shoot it from there and see, let you guys get an idea of how well this laser light is, how bright it is. You can definitely see that 25 yards away, no problem. But I'm gonna go back here and load up another magazine. Like I said, I don't have a lot of 9mm rounds, so send ammo or hit that like button down there for me spending that dollar for you guys. But let's go back and load up, do some more shooting, see if that laser moved around inside of the red dot, inside of the scope, I should say. All right, so I'm running out of range time here, but I'm just gonna have a little fun with this little laser here and do a little more hip firing with the PC carbine. See if I can do it without screwing it up too bad. Alright. Again, that laser seems to be dying just a little bit, but I can still find it. That is such an unnatural feel. There it is. I got I pulled the trigger on that one. So obviously I'm just going by the laser right now. And it's definitely fading. It's really hard to find it in the grass right now. So I would say word of advice is definitely put some good batteries in here. The battery life on the laser is stated at about 20 hours. I've only been running this thing for about maybe 2 hours. So if it's stated for 20 hours, I hope we can get close. I'm just gonna leave the batteries on for this whole review. But definitely getting a little more dim out there. Through the grass anyway. I can see it really clear whenever it hits the target. Ah, I totally missed. Totally missed. Oh man, I need a binary trigger for this. That'd be a lot more fun. I mean, you can see, no problem, except for my target sideways now. I can still hit it. Ah. Well, that's it. That's all she wrote. That's all the ammo I got for 9mm anyway. Hit that like button down there for me, please. But again, you can easily find the target when it hits like a board or something, but trying to find it in the grass right now is not too easy. But if I'm on a 2x4 out there, or if I'm on the steel target, yeah, no problem. But maybe if there was like a squirrel out there, 50 yards, 25 yards, 100 yards, it's going to be really hard to chase that thing in the daylight to get it out to the squirrel. So, you know, at that point, you basically just be using the red dot anyway. So, but, you know, and looking through here, it doesn't look like the laser moved at all from the point at which we put it. So that's good. Again, I don't have a higher recoiling gun right now, so that is going to have to do for that test. Let's get back to the bench. All right, final thoughts on this here little red dot that they sent me. First of all, I want to thank them for reaching out and sending this over to give you guys a good look at it. Second of all, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that had I purchased this myself with my own funds, I would not have buyer's remorse about it. I would not have buyer's remorse from purchasing this. In fact, I would be quite content with it. There's only a few things that I didn't like about it, which I will point out, which is the bad news. The bad news is the battery life on either the red dot and the laser itself did not last as long as advertised on their Amazon posting. The red dot inside is supposed to last 5,000 hours. This lasted about 5 days and about 2 range sessions. So there's nowhere near 5,000 hours. The laser itself is supposed to have lasted 20 hours. That lasted maybe 2.5 hours of playing with my cat running around here and shooting it at the range that you guys saw the majority of. So that really didn't last that long at all. Now, that being said, whenever I purchase or receive or anything at all that has to do with an optic or whatever it may be, or anything at all that's electronic that has batteries, I replace the batteries right away with a good solid set of batteries. So I did this testing with the factory supplied batteries, which again, I didn't have too much confidence in because I never have confidence in factory supplied batteries. That's just my preference. In doing so has proved why I don't trust factory batteries. I did, however, replace the battery in the red dot itself, and it's working just fine again. However, I'm not going to put this back in here and wait 5,000 hours to see if it's going to actually last 5,000 hours. This is going to be a fun little range toy that I will use on my 22s or even my 223. So I'm not going to try to dedicate too much worry about it of this low of a budget optic. That being said, though, it's a great little optic. I like it. It hasn't lost zero. The laser actually holds where it's supposed to. I didn't put another battery in to see if the laser still works, but I assume it does. It worked just fine on my last range visit. So I knew the batteries probably were working at last, which is why I always replace them. So anyway, there's that for what that is worth. But overall, scope covers are great. They're still working just fine. They seem pretty solid. They don't feel like they're going to fall apart or anything like that. The glass inside of there, the contrasting color is again that nice blue tint in there, allows the dot to contrast really nicely on it. Overall, great. You can totally use this on an AR. I don't think you'll probably run into too many issues with it. Most of these red dots anymore are actually building up in quality or getting to a nice playing field in which they're all supposed to be. There was a time where, like, man, you could get some really crappy red dots out there that were affordable. And I don't think this is the case with this one. I believe that this will, you know, last a while, which I'll have to report back on. In fact, if you guys want to see me like put this through some kind of torture test, let me know. Maybe we'll do a video on that. We'll run it through the mud or something. I don't know. Give me some ideas. The cantilever mount is, again, quite heavy, which is why I opted to get away from that. And plus, I wanted a nice low-profile mount, so again, I chose my little 30mm mount that I have right here. You can use this mount if you want to. I don't have much testing in it. Doesn't seem like it's going to fall apart. Seems actually pretty heavy-duty. It's probably as durable as an anvil. So there you go. You could probably use that all day long if you wanted. I won't be. I chose this little low mount, which is what I wanted. But overall, not a bad little optic. Again, I'll have this linked down there in the description box down below if you want to get a better look at it. And then they sent me a coupon code. I don't know if that gives you guys a percentage off. I don't know if that gives me a kickback. Honestly, don't know what that is. But there it is. You guys can click on that and do with it with whatever you want. I just told them that yes, I would review this scope for them. So really, honestly, the only thing, only real gripe. I mean, the batteries are the batteries, whatever. The only real gripe that I have, though, is I really don't like that freaking screw that they sent into the body of this that is basically holding the laser itself in. And the reason I don't like that is because maybe if they would have done something different, but that's just a Phillips screw, just, okay, it's good, that's going to hold it, perfect. Sure, it's holding it, but I don't have much confidence in that. It hasn't lost its zero with the laser in my testing, but it just doesn't look, I don't know, there's something about it I don't like it. So that's my only real actual complaint with this thing, other than the batteries just not lasting as advertised, which again is why I replace them. So there you have it, guys. An overall decent, extremely low budget optic, one that I would not feel buyer's remorse about. I actually would be quite content with this thing, knowing what I'm getting into. In fact, this is why I made this video, so you guys can know what you're getting into. So if you appreciate this video, feel free to hit that like button down there. I do appreciate it. It does help my channel. I want to thank them for sending this, CVLIFE for sending this scope to give you guys a good look at it. Really enjoyed it. Still enjoying it. Just need to put some batteries in it and see how much longer we're going to last it. Again, if you guys want me to do like a torture test on this thing within reason, yeah, let me know. We'll run it through a ringer. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Catch you on the next video.